Welcome, Jaden. Thank you so much for joining me on Tribe Talks on a Friday morning. This is a quick and conversation, very casual, 15 minutes-ish, getting to know you. So welcome to Tribe Talks.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really honored to get the invite and I'm really happy to be here.
Well, look, this Tribe Talks is about having the best retailers in Australia sharing some of their knowledge and insights. And Super Butcher, I class as one of the best retailers in Australia. You guys are doing an awesome job. I think we've been working together now for nearly 3 years.
I'd say we're on the way to 3 years, definitely.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
probably maybe even on the way to four.
Well, okay, we're due a celebration then, in which case. All right. So can you give us a quick background on your career and Super Butcher?
So outside of Super Butcher, my career has been a bit of a short one. It's my 6 years this week at Super Butcher, actually.
Wow,
Um,
congratulations.
Thank you. It doesn't feel like 6 years. It feels like it's just flown by. But yeah, so I came in as a marketing assistant part-time, a few days a week. And I was doing that role for about 6 months or so, and then moved into more of a management role. And that's when I launched the online side of the business as well, which was, a really big part of, I guess, how we started to get our brand out there and to grow a lot faster. And then COVID happens and people started eating at home a lot more. And we were just really lucky that we had the infrastructure already set up that we could scale. And so, while a lot of people faltered, we just managed to just keep scaling, keep scaling. Now I've opened 4 new stores since I started, and the online business is a lot better than what it was. And I'm the marketing manager here now.
Amazing. Congratulations. What a journey. And you had no previous online training or experience.
I came fresh out of university.
Wow. Wow. What an awesome job you've done. So how many in total now, how many stores does Super Butcher have?
So we've got 9. So we go from Morayfield, which is North Brisbane, down to Mermaid Beach, which is on the Gold Coast, not too far away from Burleigh, on the way to Tweed Heads in the border of New South Wales.
Yeah, lovely.
Plus the online
And
store, which we definitely count as its own store these days.
yeah, yeah, the growth has been phenomenal, and it's actually been a privilege for me to be a part of that journey, which has been really exciting to see. So just talking about physical, how do you leverage your physical presence to enhance e-commerce, your e-commerce store?
Well, when we first opened the online store, and well, I guess it was open for a few years before I came along, but it just wasn't really worth talking about.
Mm.
When we first opened it, a lot of the retailers in the stores, like our butchers and our store managers, they were worried that it would take away from, I
Yeah.
guess, their business and what they were offering. But we came out with delivery, and so a lot of people who are shopping only once every 2 months started getting a delivery every 3 or 4 weeks instead, and then we're actually getting more value out of that customer, increasing their lifetime value. To leverage what we had already, we used our current brand a lot. We had quite a large email list from a database that had been going for a loyalty program for about 5 or 6 years. So, I think that was a really big advantage for us, is that EDM was something that we were already doing quite well.
Mm.
And being able to turn that into an instant call to action and make sales from it really helped us have a good launching point. And then we obviously had a lot more content and trust from having the in-store experience as well, which we just, yeah, leverage is the best word for it.
Yeah, nice. And what are some of the initiatives you did in that kind of connecting online to offline? So how did you firstly alleviate the fears of, the in-store people to say this is actually going to help you? And then secondly, how did you drive more customers into store?
Well, we built trust is the first thing we did. So we spent a lot of time into crafting a website that felt like it was the same experience as in store,
Mm,
which required like a lot of customization. So we in store, we're a bulk butcher. And so you can pick your own piece of meat, like a rib fillet or a Scotch fillet or a porterhouse. And, you can get that slice, you can get it vacuum sealed, you can really personalize how you want it packed. So what we did when we first launched the online store was we offered that exact same service online.
Mm.
So we were uploading variants individually. So you had a 4.5 kilo rib fillet, a 4.512 kilo rib fillet. Each of them had its own photograph. So it was just like coming in store and shopping. So we really tried to make it as seamless as possible. And the only thing that we added on was the benefits of free delivery, of time saving, and being able to plan out your meals further in advance. So it was all about trust for us, and we used a lot of like review leveraging as well, and did some UGC just to make sure that everyone felt like it was the same experience. Um, what was the second part of your question? Sorry, Kelly.
Driving. I just wanted to pick up on that actually, because
Yeah,
I love that. I mean, I go to a lot of events where people talk, about having the store environment consistent with the online environment. And reality is a lot of retailers miss that point
yeah,
and think about it strategically, but don't actually do it. And I think you guys have nailed that. And, I speak to fashion brands and, all the time about what are the things that your people do in store that need to be replicated online. So things
yeah,
as simple as, what's your size? Let me go and find you something in your size. We don't do that online. We make them go to a product page and then click on a size. And then if they jump off of that product page onto another product page, we make them click on a size again. It's like, you guys have nailed it because you know that they come in store and ask for cuts. So you've allowed them to have that journey with you on
yeah.
the online store. And I love that.
I think that the other side of it as well was like the experience of talking to a butcher. And so one of
Mm,
the things that we launched the website with was a AI powered selector.
yeah.
So we use that through a company called Preezy, which had just started when we launched our website 5.5 years ago now, and
Mm,
they've blossomed into a huge company as well. But having just a little bit of, I guess, it was an experience that the customers could use. So it was, what kind of meat do you like? Like, do you want something budget? Do you want something premium? And it was a 4 or 5 step process that spat them out 5 or 6 different options. And I think that that was also one of the big things that we did to bring that experience online.
yeah. Yeah. I love it. What were some of the other question I had on the end of that
Yeah.
was how did you drive people into store? So again, alleviating
Yeah.
that pain. Yeah.
Well, we used something that you really helped us with actually was setting up our SEO properly. So
Mm,
we used just the sheer amount of hits that the website had, and we built a lot of pages focusing on our stores as well. And we tried to focus on we segmented our customers into 2 sides. So in store, we really had that 24 to 54-year-old male. And one of the first things we did when we started working with you is you showed us that our customer online was very different. It was a 24 to 50-year-old female grocery buyer.
mm,
And so that was really helpful in us understanding our customers so that we could use different customer experiences online, whether we were trying to send them in store or to buy online. So we did Google My Business. We really set that up, and we used the authority score that having a new web presence did to help send people to our store pages. And then we used our email list as well that really focused on if they weren't interested in buying now, we've got a conversion rate of about 4.5% on our emails for an online purchase, but an in-store purchase is also about 8 or 9%. So it's
yeah.
really, they work in tandem for us, which is great.
Mm.
And I was always worried that it would just be an online only process.
Yeah. And you've proven that the two work very, very complementary together, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
just on that SEO piece, congratulations. You guys have done that in-house. And over the past year, what we've seen is you've gone from around about 600 keywords in the top 1 to 3 to 1,200, I think it is, in the top 1 to 3 keywords, which has had a significant impact on revenues and conversion rates as well, and drive into store, which is awesome. What have been some of the challenges in integrating the two? What's kind of been your biggest headache?
For us, the biggest headache is that the bricks and mortar stores, when we only had 5 of them, they'd been around for 10 years, and they were using software that was outdated. Our back of house system was a glorified Excel spreadsheet almost.
Mm,
So the biggest challenge was being able to integrate our offline data with our Shopify data so that we can actually start, I guess, segmenting and personalizing our customer messages.
Mm.
That was a 3 or 4 year process of trying to find solutions that worked. And it cost us a fair bit of money. And the advice that I would give anyone who's trying to start a bricks and mortar and an online business would be to really focus on finding a loyalty system, a POS system, an inventory system that all work together cohesively.
Yeah.
A lot easier these days.
Yeah.
A lot more do it, but until we moved to Lightspeed by Vend or Vend by Lightspeed, it was, we were just leaving money on the table.
Yeah. But even with the Ven by Lightspeed, you still had to use kind of some other integration
Yeah,
processes to get there.
yeah. So we use a loyalty system. It's called
Yeah.
Marcelo. It's
Yeah.
out in New Zealand. So they've got some very almost like same time zone support, which can be hard to find sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been having that medium that sends, your customers' purchases to give them points, and then it sends that to Shopify, and then it sends that to, if you want to use SMS, and it brings it back into, your in-store as well. So
Yeah.
the loyalty has been really important for us, especially driving people online and in store. And for the first time in 5 years, that's finally, you can earn points online and in store.
So if you were starting a business from scratch with a physical store and an online store, and I'm going off track here, sorry, Jaden, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's okay.
fascinated to know, would you make sure that the technology you brought in, like integrated, would that be one of the key things you'd do?
100%. So I'd make
Yeah.
sure that our POS, our loyalty system talk to each other, and if we're selling online, also Shopify, whatever you plan to use.
Yeah.
And then the second thing I would do is absolutely launch a loyalty system and start getting that data straight away.
Yeah.
A lot of people balk at, giving away 2%, 5% of your, I guess, as a discount to people, but it's just increasing that lifetime value by so much. And it's giving you so many more ways to talk to those people as well.
Yeah. I think loyalty is such a underutilized, me, I talk SEO, email, and loyalty is such an underutilized tool for
Yeah.
retail. And especially when people just jump around all the time to look at, best price, best product. Like we're constantly in Google search. So if you can get them in on loyalty and retain them, you increase your average order value, you increase your lifetime value, and it makes it just so much more sustainable. And you you don't work as hard to bring new customers into the business.
Yeah. Well, like you've always said, it's a lot easier to bring someone back who's already shopped and knows you than it is to find a new customer. And you see that with, the CPA of giving away a $10 voucher compared to paying $20 on Facebook to get a new lead in.
Yeah.
That's 100% more. One of the other things that we've seen as well, I've been doing some data recently to bring to our store managers, is that our loyalty customer spends 50% more per purchase with us than a walk-in first-time customer.
Yeah,
Which
that's
I think
amazing.
just comes down to how they trust your brand, and
Yeah.
it gives us a few opportunities to incentivize them with things that aren't dollar discounts. Like if we want to highlight a product, instead of having to take a GP hit on it, we could do double points on it, and that makes that customer have to come back to use those points again.
Yeah. Love that. I always get so much out of you. I'm like, I learn stuff. You have successfully built and nurtured an email list. What are some of the key initiatives you've implemented?
So one of the things that we worked on at the start when we first started working with you, Kelly, was automations. And that was automations to get people into the list and then to nurture them through their life cycle. So to get them into the list, some of the things that we've done aside from, offering sign-up bonuses has been always having and changing the sign-up forms online. We've been running competitions in store with not even just with our partners, but, just to get people over the line in store to want to sign up, because your data is really important to you these days. And it's hard to trust people with it. So we've got a really strong privacy policy that we had our lawyers write for us, to make sure that, we're doing everything that we can by our customers.
Yeah.
And we try and incentivize people to sign up as much as we can in store, because it lets us give value back to them, and it lets us talk to them. It lets us try and bring them back in store. And past that process to bring customers back and to, I guess, nurture them through the journey. We've added in a lot of automation. We've tried to just focus on giving them as much value as we can. When we first started, it was all about just trying to sell products. Now it's all about trying to figure out what our customers want from us. For us online, it's a female grocery buyer. They want convenience. They want to feed their family healthier meals, and they want to feel part of a community. So we offer that throughout stages of our Klaviyo flows, from a welcome flow to recipes, and just trying to give them more value from us that doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah, love that. Love that. And I love the sign up in store process. I think a lot of brands tend to do the, would you like to join our database? And you just go, no, not really. Would you like to sign up today in store? But having that kind of incentive and that warm, fuzzy feeling about, what value you're going to offer me in return. Anaconda do a great job of that. When you go in store, they do an awesome job of making you feel like you're part of a special club now. And you guys do an awesome job of that. What next? What do you see as some of the opportunities in 2024?
For us, we're going to look into moving into subscriptions, which is really exciting. It's been something just because of the way that our website and our whole stack is set up, that it's been a bit challenging. But with Shopify changing their checkout, with a few tweaks on our end, it's going to make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And again, we're just really chasing that customer lifetime value at the moment. We're trying to get them to stay with us and to stay inside the churn so that we can keep their attention. Is the industry that we're in, it's all about convenience. If we're going to stop people from going to buy their meat at the supermarket when they're getting their veg there, then we just need to make it as easy as possible for them. So subscription's a big one for us. AI has obviously been really big for us in the last 6 or so months. It's been great to have you on top of that and giving us all the data that we need to know. I think that is probably going to go beyond generative at some point, and we're going to be using AI for a lot more than what we're using right now.
Yeah, amazing. Jaden, it's been awesome. I always get so much out of just spending time with you, and your journey has been phenomenal. The things you have managed to do in the last, did you say 6 years?
6 years on Saturday.
6 years on Saturday are amazing. And I wish I lived in Queensland so that I could just have meat on repeat. That's the subscription service coming is a gift to Queenslanders. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see that launching. Thanks for your time, Jaden. I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks for having me, Kelly. It's a pleasure as always.
Bye.